Hey everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Training System, and it's Saturday, the 15th of May, 2021, and it's the weekly technical analysis for the Euro, the cable, and the Aussie dollar for the third week of May. Let's begin with the Euro, where it has been contained within the range of the previous Friday's rally due to the poor non-farm payroll data from the US. And on Monday, the euro started drifting back down lower from the resistance zone until it hit the interim support zone and then climbed back up again. So on the Wednesday, the US CPI figure came out stronger than expected, and US dollar rallied, and that caused a drop in the euro. But then on Friday, it regained what it lost, and after a poor US retail sales figure and consumer sentiment figures as well. So we're close to back up to where it opened from, but still slightly weaker for the week. It's the weekly time frame. So it has not been able to break above this 50 fib long-term fib retracement level, and has not been able to test the 122 area. So we'll see if this consolidation continues for next week as well, and see if it's able to break out. If it does break out higher and test the resistance zone, then I think that could be a rejection and a pullback lower again. So for now, the resistance is still at the 50 fib area, 121.67, around the 70 area, and if it's able to reach 122, that's going to be the major resistance zone. Support for now is still at this area from 120.60 area, but for the interim, there is support at the 121 round figure, which also was the 62 fib retracement of this swing move and last week's weekly pivot as well. So there could be intermediate support there. Let's also take a look at the US dollar index. And it did dip below the 90 level, but didn't quite reach the 162 fib extension. Managed to find support. Managed to find support from basically the 90 level. And this was the strong rally on the Wednesday. Climbed back up above the 138 fib extension, but then gave some of it back on the Friday with poor US retail sales. So it's struggling and trying to stay above, keep its head above water, around above the 90 area. We'll see if it's able to find a support around this area and form a higher low. It needs to recover and climb back up above the 138 fib area again and target the daily 55 EMA. for more significant recovery. There are a few US related news next week, but nothing major. So we'll see how the price action is for next week and a half, actually, probably towards the fourth week of the month as well. All right. So getting critical for the US dollar. Let's move on to the pound and the cable sterling, pound sterling here, where it did manage to continue to rally from the previous Friday of the non-farm payroll. Strong move on the Monday, which basically climbed all the way up to hit the 141, almost 60 area. So basically just centered around the 141.50. The high for the week was just 141.66. But the turnaround gave it all back because of the Wednesday US CPI figure and dropped all the way back to almost the 140 again from the start of the week. But then recovered somewhat on Friday. So for the week, it's still a bullish close with some resistance at the high here already. And this is going to be the major resistance at the high of the year. It's at 142.36. But for now, there's resistance at this area. So we could see consolidation and just a range for next week. Within this range, there's support from the 140. If it does break down below 140, then there's still a number of support areas with the 55 coming up. And just below 140 as well is a number of support areas. So I don't expect it to drop too far, but most likely it could just range for next week. A couple of minor news with the CPI and PPI figures on Wednesday, and then the flash PMI figures on Friday, as with the euro as well. And Australia will be a different flash figures date. US has the flash PMIs on Friday as well. Okay. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. And the Aussie dollar did attempt to reach the 79 area, but just fell short of it, and gave it all back on the Wednesday with the a strong drop back down to the daily 55 EMA, and then spike into the support zone of the 0.7700 area. So the Aussie dollar had a more significant retracement. Let's extend this trend line. This is still valid for now. Let's remove this one here. So the support zone is still very strong from the monthly pivot, just below 0.77. And then now resistance turns back into 0.78. We'll see if that's able to hold for next week. If it does, then there could be some further retracement for the following week, as this could be a complex head and shoulders for me if this does not break up higher and gives way. Looks like the 0.7700 level will be a key support and potential neckline. So we shall see if this right shoulder does form. And next week, there's RBA monetary policy minutes, as well as some jobs report and retail sales figures on Friday. So there's enough fundamental economic news to give some trigger for the Aussie dollar one way or the other. And we'll need to watch out if it's not able to break above 62 fib again, and especially the 7800. All right, so something to watch out for next week and then the week after as well. All right, so it also depends on how the US dollar index reacts as well for next week, with a number of news for the US side as well. All right, so do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen and Ichimoku analysis. Have a safe week and have a good trading week, and cheers for now.